All right, let's start with product one of the wheel cleaning package. This is 1Z, or what used to be called 1Z NextZett, which is now NextZett Colortec. And it's they changed the way it's spelled. I've seen it spelled Colourtec. Now they've changed it to Colortec. Obviously, it's these are German-made products. But based on you can just tell based on the real name that I can't pronounce. But the package, the wheel cleaning package includes both the 16.7 fluid ounce and the 5 liter, or the roughly gallon of liquid. I think you want both, but this product, I don't blow through this, but I use a decent amount. Like this bottle will probably last, I would say probably 6 to 8 car washes, maybe a little bit more, maybe closer to 10. But because I don't soak the wheels down, but I get all surfaces covered, try to avoid hitting the rotors. But this stuff, the reason why I like this versus some of the other, I've used a lot of other different wheel cleaners. I've used Griots, both their regular and their heavy duty. I've used Adams, but back when Adam used to have a regular and a heavy duty, now they just kind of have a middle of the road. You have, which I used for a long time, Sonax Full Effect, and then seems like every other manufacturer has come out with some version of an iron out related. I don't remember what the chemical's called that turns purple, but they all have pretty much the same ingredient that causes the iron or the whatever's embedded, the brake dust to chemically react and essentially turn purple, which then in turn would mean that it's breaking down the iron particles that are caked on or built up on the wheels. So I use this every time I wash a regular brake system. So my truck, my GT350, the Tahoe, my S2000, all of those have traditional brakes. The GT3, I might use it once every 2 months just to help break down some of the iron in case there's anything embedded from the material from the ceramic pads. This stuff I use pretty much every wash, and I've never experienced any issues with breaking down or hurting like if you had a wheel coating, like I use OptiCoat on a lot of my wheels. Even the Hydro 2, it still seems to work and work well with that. And again, Hydro 2 to me has always been just a temporary solution until I can get in and coat the wheels with something like Seacort's Deluxe, or again, I like to use Optimum because of the permanence of it, the lack of silicon dioxide. I just feel like it's a better solution for wheels. So this stuff, general use, I'm going to show you here in a minute on the GT3, which you're not going to, because they're black wheels and you're not going to see a lot of the purple, but the reason why I like this is it does add a bit more lubrication than the others. Like Sonax Full Effect, I always felt like it broke down the stuff, but I never got any lubrication. This will tend to kind of foam up a little bit, and so I've always liked this better. Now, maybe it's the humidity here, but I know a lot of people complain about the smell of this stuff. My dad specifically, because I sent 50 5 liters to his house. I sent a whole pallet of this. I had to put it outside, but I don't smell anything here. And I smelled it a little bit when I opened the box, but I really think it's the humidity here that knocks this down. So be prepared. What you might want to do is buy a large Ziploc bag or something to put this in. Or at least the 5 gallon, and then maybe replace this with a really a sealing bottle if you're somewhere up north and the smell is really bothering you. Again, I thought maybe it was the new formula from NextZett, and I was using the original NextZett bottle, but it seems to be fine here, and I think it's a lot to do with the humidity. So I'll show you how to use this, and we'll jump on the car and get started. So step one, product one in the wheel cleaning process is going to be to spray off and then hit the wheels with NextZett Colortec. So that's the first product we're going to use. And if you hadn't noticed, you probably can't see. I mean, the wheels are dirty, so there is some some dust and dirt on the wheels. I drove through the rain yesterday, so we have plenty of dirt. Not a lot of brake dust because these again are carbon ceramics, but carbon ceramics you still get some metallic little parts and particles that build up. And so I find one of the most important steps of cleaning wheels that are carbon ceramic is to get your pressure washer and really blow out the rotor, the caliper. Same thing on steel brakes as well. The only difference here is we don't have to deal with the issue of rusting afterward. That's a whole nother video series and a whole nother product we'll add to the product line later on as I continue to evolve the packages. As I've said many times, I eventually just need to make a decision and just make a selection on what's in the package. So let's get started with spraying it off. Just so I can stay in frame, I'm going to use my Grio's knee pad here. So as usual, my normal procedure is to spray up under here as much as I can, hit the fender wells, hit the rotor, the caliper, get that kind of cleaned out, and then I'm going to come and spray on my NextZett. Now, again, I know a bunch of you do have carbon ceramics that wash this stuff, that are financially and physically fortunate enough to have the funds to buy these, and they are amazing. I love them. A lot of misconceived notions or a lot of misconceptions about carbon ceramic brakes, but I'll leave it at that since we're talking about cleaning wheels. And so I'm going to hit the wheel. I always spray in the areas behind the rotor and behind the caliper as much as I can get, and then theoretically you could let this sit. I don't find the need to let it sit. By the time I get to the end of the wheel, I've agitated it enough to where the chemical has done some work or done the work. And plus, I tend to maintain my wheels, as I'm sure most of you do. You don't tend to get as much buildup, even if this was a steel brake. I don't have lots and lots of buildup because I'm caring for it often. I mean, that's the extent of the process with the wheel cleaning, solution or chemical. Spray it on. You can let it sit, or you can agitate it right away. I'm going to follow on this with a microfiber banded Increta brush. I'm going to use the Race Glaze XL brush. I'll also be getting out the Easy Detail brushes to agitate and to get all the separate areas. So make sure to check out the other product videos of each specific part and piece of this process. But I'll go around and obviously do each wheel one at a time with the NextZett. I don't feel the need. What you could do, and what a lot of people would do, is you'd spray down this wheel, spray the NextZett on, go hit the next wheel, spray the NextZett on, come over, work on this wheel, and then go, once this wheel's finished, go back to the other rear wheel, spray that off, hit it with NextZett, then go work on this side rear and kind of work your way around, so that way this has time to break down what's on the wheel. If you have a lot of brake dust, that's another procedure you could do. But this is really pretty simple. Some people, the smell will really bother. I mean, I'm sitting really close to the wheel. I can smell it. But again, I think it's worth the stench of it. But I will warn you, it does bother some people more than others. And again, I think the humidity here in Florida helps knock down some of that funky smell. But anyway, that's the NextZett Colortec. Pretty simple process. Spray it on, agitate it, spray it off, and you're done. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor,